welcome back to day 2 of my 12 days of Vlogmas countdown. So today is actually Thursday for me, and I just got back from dropping Emily off at school, and let me tell you, this morning was a rough one. Zoe did not want to get out of bed. It's a good thing she sets her alarm really early. Normally she has her alarm go off for 5 o'clock in the morning, but she doesn't technically need to be out of bed until 6 o'clock. And she likes to take her sweet old time in the morning, so she'll take like an hour and a half just getting ready, but not really doing much, you know what I mean? Just leisurely having breakfast and doing her thing in the morning, which is fine. But this morning was a little crazy. She didn't finally roll out of bed until a little after 6 o'clock. So then, of course, at that point, we're already in a scramble. And then she realized she had to print out a few things off the computer, and she had to have me write a letter to her for some project that she's doing for English class. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I quickly wrote up a letter, which took forever because, of course, I was trying to go fast, but of course I couldn't because I was just like brain freeze. I'm like, what do I write? What do I write? So anyways, we got it done. She barely made the bus by like a minute or two. She went out way later than normal, but it was good that she caught the bus so that I didn't have to bring her to school. So by the time Emily rolled around and I got her to school, I was just like, So now I need to like clean up the kitchen, I need to do laundry. All the things that I normally do right away in the morning haven't been done yet. So I am playing catch up this morning myself. So I'm going to do that next. So once I get my work done today, I'm hoping that I'll have time to work on a little project that I want to make. You may remember I made like a really oversized sign to hang over my bed for the holidays. And it was like this wreath form or whatever, and it says "Be Merry" in the middle, and I absolutely loved it. I had so much fun working on it that I thought it would be really fun to make like a mini version of that whole thing. Maybe make it slightly different to put on my dresser in my bedroom. So I would really like to work on that today. So I'm hoping that I will find time to do that, and that would be really fun to work on. So if I do, of course, I will share with you how I do it. Yeah, so that's today's project, which I am hoping to get to. Also today, I don't think Emily's staying after school late, which is nice, but Zoe does have volleyball tonight, which makes dinner a little tricky for me today. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet for dinner, but I will figure that out here soon. We ended up having pork chops last night. We were supposed to have omelets. So maybe we'll do omelets tonight, because then I can just make Zoe's really early, and then the rest of us can eat later when she's at volleyball. So that is the plan for today. So after I get done with my work here today in the kitchen and the laundry and all that, I need to sit down at my computer for a little while and get some household duties done there, and also do a little bit of online shopping, which I didn't get to yesterday. So I am hoping that now that everyone is out of the house, and my husband's out of the house today early. I don't know, what time is it? Hey Google, what time is it?
9:54.
9:54. My husband is out of the house before 10 o'clock. That hardly ever happens. He has such weird, wonky hours. Most of the time, he's leaving the house at like noon to go to work, and then is at work until like 6 o'clock. It's just weird. But anyways, today he's out of the house, so I have the house to myself. Well, the dogs are here, and Jasmine's here, but I know Jasmine stayed up really late last night, so I probably won't see her till like 1 or 2 today. So, I feel as if I have the house to myself, so I hope I can get a whole lot accomplished in a very small amount of time. So, I will check in with you later. So, sorry, one more thing before I let you go. I asked this question yesterday, and I'll ask it today and probably tomorrow, and then I won't ask it anymore, I promise. But if you are interested in being on my Christmas card list for this year's holidays, let me know down in the comments and we'll get you all set up. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So I am going to go get my work done now, and I will check in with you later. Bye! Today's project is this hand-painted sign, which turned out very nicely and was quick and easy to make, so let me show you how I did it. I started by cutting a 7-inch square out of wood, and then I painted and distressed it to give my project a nice background. Next I drew a 4-inch circle centered in the middle with a pencil. Since I wanted my project to be more of a swag than a wreath, I marked on the bottom of the circle where I wanted the design to end. I did the same thing at the top of the circle. Since I don't have a pattern, I'll show you up close how I plan to draw the branches. I drew a guideline first, and then starting at the bottom, I drew a slightly curved branch and simply added the needles. And that's it, super simple. I just followed the curve, adding branches until the design is all filled in. After a bit, it should start looking like this. So next I went ahead and drew the design out onto my project, and then taking a very small pencil brush and some green craft paint, I simply started filling in the design. When I was finished, I printed out a saying to go in the middle of my wreath, and after placing it carefully, I simply traced it onto my project. Then taking the same pencil brush and some red craft paint, I followed the traced lines. In some places I could still see my pencil marks through the paint, so I quickly just gave those areas a little extra paint. The final step was to add a frame, which I cut to length from a small piece of trim. Simple finishing nails hold it on nicely. Last minute I decided I wanted a little more pop of color, so I decided to use the same little baby brush and add some berries wherever I felt like they needed it. And I think it adds a nice little finishing touch. So the sign turned out so pretty, I just love it. Originally I was going to use it in my bedroom, but I was walking past this little table by my kitchen and I thought, oh, it would look perfect there too. So I put it there instead, and I am loving the look. I paired it with this vintage holiday clutch that I found last year at the thrift store, and this tea light holder, which I just recently found at the thrift store. And then from the drawers, I hung these vintage stockings for my collection, which I just love, and I think they are so bright and cheerful. The whole display turned out amazing, and I love that the vintage items help to give my newly painted sign a vintage look all its own. Alright, so I just got back from dropping Zoe off at volleyball. It's a little past after 6:30. JJ just got home. He's going to take himself a nap. I'm going to clean up the kitchen a little bit. I have a few dishes over here that I need to just get put away from this morning when I washed dishes, and I haven't done that yet. Emily is taking a nap. So Emily and I are the only ones that need to have dinner at this point, and I'm starving, but she's still sleeping. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer to make dinner for us. So yeah, and then I will have to go pick up Zoe at 8:30. This day has flown by. Isn't that terrible?